So you're thinking about moving to the Memphis area, and you want to know what the weather's going to be like because you don't know. Maybe you live farther up north, farther down south. Could be a little different than what you're used to. So in this video, we're going to walk you through all 4 seasons here in the Bluff City, let you know what it's going to be like all the way through winter, spring, summer, fall, and we're going to get after it right now. What's up, everybody? I'm Jared.
I'm Kris Goudy with 360 RealtyPro.
We're here on the Move Into Memphis channel where we're going to be giving you these videos like this, telling you about the area, giving you all the information you want, taking you out, showing you around so you can see all these places that you're considering possibly moving to. If that's the kind of stuff that you want to see, well, that's what's going to be on this channel. So you need to get down there, hit that subscribe button, and click the bell. That way you'll get notified when all those videos come out, because they're going to be coming out every week, so you definitely want to be watching for those. And if you're watching those videos and you're really thinking about moving here to the Memphis area, you really need to take that just one step further. You got to reach out to us. And how can they do that?
They got to get in touch with us, Jared. They got to text, call, send us an email, whatever you got to do. Just get in contact with us. Let's start that process and let us teach you about the Bluff City and the Memphis area.
And we'll keep you from singing the blues when you move here to the Memphis area. Help you find the right place where you want to be. That's what we're here for. So like I said, in this video, we're going to be talking about the weather. We're going through all 4 seasons here in Memphis. And we're not officially in winter yet right now. I don't know when we'll release this video, but we're not, as of today, when we're recording this, we're not in winter officially yet, but you can see I got my hoodie on, he's got the sweater. We just had the big cold front come through here, so it's definitely heading towards that way. We're kind of getting out of fall, heading into the winter here. So we're gonna start with winter. Kris, what can they expect coming into winter here in Memphis?
In Memphis, the winter weather is, it's cold, it's dry for the most part. We're not gonna get a lot of snow. Maybe 1, 2, 3 snow days during the winter months, but that's about all you're going to find here in Memphis.
Yeah, and you know, there's a big difference too in snow. So if you're from up farther north where you get snow all the time versus down here, you could get 6 inches, a foot or more of snow, and life just kind of goes on.
That's correct.
That's not quite the case here.
No, that's not the deal here, Jared. 1 inch of snow shuts down the entire city.
Yeah, I mean, schools are closed, businesses are closed, which if you're, if you're a salary employee or if you're a kid wanting that snow day, it's great.
Yeah, snow days are great. The kids look forward to it. They're watching the newscast in the morning to see what schools are shut down or when the schools will be shut down. And it's just a great time for the kids to have a day off, enjoy the little bit of snow, and just have a good time out there playing with friends and family.
Yeah, and it doesn't happen so often, so that's why, the reason it shuts us down here is because, we don't have all the equipment, the trucks to go out and just shovel and plow that snow, salt the roads. We don't have the equipment for that because it just doesn't happen often enough to really justify needing it.
Yeah, I don't think the investment is worth the reward on that one, to spend all that money on the salt trucks and the plows just for that 1 or 2 days a year.
If that.
If that.
So yeah, it's just, it doesn't have enough to need it, which is, if you don't like the snow, that's good news for you. You're not going to have to deal with it very much here in Memphis. It will get cold. It will get wet, rainy. You'll have some cloudy days.
Yeah. It seems like the weather warms up to like 33, 34 when the fronts move in. The rain falls, and as soon as the rain is gone, the temperature drops back down into the low 20s. So we just miss that freezing point during all the precipitation almost every time.
Yeah, just barely miss all that snow. But like I said, that's okay for you. If you're coming from farther south, I'm from farther south down in Mississippi, so down there we see it even less. We don't see it at all. So if you want to see a little bit more snow and wintry weather up here than you do maybe if you do live like in Jackson or down the Gulf Coast. But yeah, a little bit more. But
this past year, Jared, we had a great winter though. We had, I think, something like 20 inches of snow. It stuck around for like a week and a half to 2 weeks, which never happens in the Mid-South. I can't remember that happening any time in the last 20 years. I'm a lifelong Memphian. The last time that happened, I was a teenager, and so we really enjoyed it last year. That snow stuck around. We got to do tons of sledding, build snowmen in the snow. Jared's gonna show a few pictures of that from my home. But it was a great time last year.
Yeah, and I want you to take notice of how he said it was a great winter when we got the snow. And again, if you're thinking that's not what you really want, I'd say don't worry about it, because I think that's going to happen once every 20 years. So you're good for a good while here, most likely, in Memphis. And we get lucky again. Maybe we'll get something nice.
When you're from the South, though, like, you look forward to a snow day, right, Jared?
Yeah, you grow up, and you got, whenever it happens, or when even it might happen, sometimes they'll shut down the school even if they think it's going to snow and then it doesn't, which is almost, you're happy you got to go home from school, but then it's a little depressing you don't get to go out in the snow.
That's true.
So we really like it here, but that's not going to happen a lot. You do have the cold weather here, a little bit more so than the deep South, but you're not dealing with a whole bunch of wintry weather. But then you're going to move in from that, by maybe March, April.
Yeah, late March, early April, it starts to switch over to spring. That's my favorite time of year, Jared. I'm a gardener. I love to see the spring blooms, see all the birds coming back, chirping in the morning. The grass is turning green.
Yeah, it is wet though. It's pretty wet.
It's kind of wet, but spring is my time, and I just love to see life coming back to the area.
Yeah, and it is, being in those cold temperatures, you're stuck inside a lot, and that's pretty much anywhere that you have an actual 4 seasons. You can get out. And it's finally warming up. You get out of the house a little bit, clean up the yard, get ready for summer. You can do all that in the spring, and and here in Memphis, you've got some stuff going on. Like, do you like the music festivals here, Memphis in May?
Yeah, that kicks off in May. That's a good time. You got the barbecue festival. So if you come to Barbecue Fest in the spring, you got to bring your mud boots, because it's notorious to rain during the festival. That's just part of the experience.
Yeah. Years ago, I don't know, this is back when I was in school down at Mississippi State, we came up here for Memphis in May.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, when we booked it back, we probably booked it a month or two before that. We got up here, and I think it was like 40 degrees.
Yeah.
We call it like a cold front, the last one that came through, and it was cold and it was wet, and it was in May. So that can still happen as late as May.
Yeah, that's typical for Memphis winter, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So you're gonna have that, but then you're gonna get through that pretty quick. It's kind of short-lived. It doesn't really last as long as you would want it to.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna get into what everybody's concerned about if you're moving to the South in general, which is those hot summer months. And I'm gonna say this, I've said this before, anybody from the South you talk to, when you get into that heat, really it's not the heat.
It's the humidity. It's the humidity, Jared. It's just the damp, oppressive heat that stays on you. Yeah. You're sure to be wringing wet even at like 85, 90 degrees.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes you're just like swimming through
really
some of these days. And you just as soon as you walk outside, it may not be 100 degrees, it'd be 85 degrees. And maybe where you live, it's dry. 85 degrees feels pretty good. But you're gonna walk out here and it's gonna feel a lot hotter than that, because you get that heat index.
Yeah, the heat index pushes up above 100 quite often. I mean, if it's 92 on the temperature gauge, then it feels like 105 in the Memphis area, just because of that humidity.
Yeah, but it's not unbearable for a lot of times. You can still get out in the mornings, later in the evenings. You got the longer days, so.
Yeah.
So compared to right now, you got a lot of time in the afternoons you can get out and enjoy all the scenic areas here that you got, parks and things you can go check out. You can, right down here, you can walk across the Mississippi River.
Yeah, the big river crossing.
Walk or ride a bike across there. So lots of things you can do and check out in the summer going on here in Memphis.
Yeah, but when it gets into the middle of the summer, Jared, July, August, you really got to find some water to get in and cool off. I mean, you're not going to want to stay in that heat all day without finding a pool or something to get in and just cool off and relax, especially in the middle of the day of the summer.
Yeah, you get out there, you've been hot all day, you go jump in some water.
Yeah.
Man, almost nothing beats that.
You got to.
Yeah, but you're going to get through the summer though. It's not that bad. I know a lot of people we talk to are worried about, if they can take the heat, if they're going to be able to live with it. You really kind of do get used to a lot of that in a sense, and you're going to stay inside. We got AC,
Yeah.
We cope with it how we can cope with it. When we get through that, we get into the fall, and that's going to be my favorite time of the year. That's where we've been right now, and you come around here, you just got beautiful fall colors all around when you drive around. The leaves, I love that. I when that first front of the crisp air comes through and you hear it blowing through the trees. Get a little smoky smell sometimes. Somebody's, I don't know, burning off some leaves or maybe a tailgate or something. I'm a big, football season. I like to get out and get some college football in.
Yeah, football season kicks off in the fall, so that's a good time in Memphis. Basketball season starts off. You got to get here and see a Tigers game or a Grizzlies game when you're in town. But the fall is nice, and it lasts a pretty good while in the Mid-South area. It probably starts off late September and then runs through sometimes through the middle of December.
Yeah, I will say it's not always just a clean summer, fall. It could be summer, fall, summer, fall. You get the up and down as you're going back through that, because you get that. It's kind of like the cold air will push through and the warm air kind of fights back, and you go through that a little bit. You do kind of have people kind of get some issues with you just kind of getting sick or getting a cold or something because all the temperature changes in that time. Luckily that time of year I don't have allergies problems too much around here. A little bit more in the spring. Once you do get firmly into the fall though, that's when finally the leaves will start changing, and it's nice. You can get out and enjoy the day, enjoy the afternoons until right now what we're dealing with, which is this time change, and you deal with this everywhere.
Yeah, we lose daylight pretty fast after the daylight saving. So it got dark yesterday. What did Jared, like 4:30, 5 o'clock?
I mean, I think the sun was completely down, and this is mid-November. The sun's completely down by about 4:45.
Yeah.
You still got the daylight kind of fading away, but I'd say by 5 o'clock it was totally dark.
Yeah.
It was a little cloudy yesterday afternoon, so maybe you could push that to 5-10 on some days, but that's about as much as you're going to get this time of year.
Yeah.
But you're taking that, it's getting colder, you're getting back into the winter months there, and that's where we are now. We're kind of transitioning from the fall back into the winter, and that's where we start. And that's what your year is pretty much going to look like on average, unless you get the fluke snowstorm like you got last year. There's not really any other things to worry about here. You'll get the storms a little bit come through. You get like straight line winds in the spring again. You're far enough inland. You're not worried about hurricanes coming up. Other natural disasters. Has there ever been an earthquake close to Memphis? There was something kind of right.
There's something happened just last night, as a matter of fact.
Oh, really?
It was in Missouri. I think it was 3.7 coming out of Missouri, and I was on Facebook, and a lot of people were mentioning it, that they felt their home shake a little bit. And even at my home, I thought I heard the windows rattle, but I was thinking it was maybe just wind from the storm front that was blowing in last night. And then as I look on Facebook, everyone's talking about, did you feel that earthquake? So we looked it up, and sure enough, we had a slight little shake yesterday.
That reminds me of the meme you can see on the internet where it'll show like the patio set outside and one chair is turned over. It says we will rebuild. It's not even that bad. I don't think you're going to be worried about earthquakes here.
No, I don't think so. We are located on the New Madrid Fault, but I think it's been dormant for years, decades, centuries.
Yeah. No, things happen, but we haven't seen it at least. So that's what you got here weather-wise here in Memphis, and I would say it's pretty enjoyable most of the year. You've got a pretty warm spring, pretty warm fall, and a fairly mild winter compared to a lot of the rest of the country. So
if you can get through those dog days of summer, it's easy street the rest of the year.
Come here, come on down. We'll help you find that pool if that's what you're looking for, to help you get through the summer, whatever the case may be. And whatever else you want to know about the area, hey, we're going to be talking about it here on this channel. If there's something specifically that you want information on, make sure you get down there and leave us a comment, and then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click the bell, that way you'll get notified when all those videos come out. We may make a video answering a question that you put down there below. And then of course, if you are that person who really is thinking about making a move here, you got to reach out to us. Kris, tell them again how they can do that.
You got to reach out. You got to send us a text, give us a phone call. Let's start the process. Let us tell you about the area, tell you what you can look forward to, tell you about all the events happening year-round. Get in contact with us any way you can. Let's start that process.
That's right, y'all. And we like to say this here, and maybe it's a little cheesy, but I like it. We're going to keep you from singing the blues before you get here to Memphis, which is the home of the blues. If you didn't know, some people may not know that.
Yeah, home of the blues and king of rock and roll.
That's right. So y'all, thank y'all for watching this one, and we'll see you on the next one.